up, we joined Dharma study sessions in Taiwan in celebration of World Book Day, as well as Tzu Chi's 48th birthday. Relabeling industrial waste as products. Find out what it means for the citizens of Taiwan when this happens. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. On April 23rd, Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan and abroad gathered at the Hualien Jingse to celebrate the Foundation's 48th anniversary. Founded in 1966 by Master Zhen Yan, Tzu Chi's footprints now span across the globe while volunteers continue to carry out its missions of service for Buddhism and for all sentient beings. A prayer service and distribution for care recipients were also held.
On the 24th of each lunar month, volunteers organize a distribution for care recipients at the Jingsi abode, and as always, they hand over relief supplies bowing humbly. Their care and empathy toward the poor has never faltered over the past 48 years, which has been deeply imprinted in the hearts of the receivers.
Tzu Chi has always been there to help. Before, my daughter was ill, and it was a huge burden for me to bear. The Tzu Chi sisters often visited us. They were very caring and nice to me.
Everywhere can be a spiritual training ground if we follow the Dharma. Tzu Chi volunteers stand united with one heart to shoulder Tzu Chi's mission, and all vow to actualize the Buddhist wisdom in their daily lives.
You have to take the Dharma to heart. Don't let it slip away. Store it somewhere safe so you may use it in your next lifetime when you return as the Master's disciple.
Chanting the Medicine Buddha Sutra, volunteers pray in unison for all living beings and vow to remain committed to their initial aspiration.
I will remain diligent till the end of my life and follow the Master life after life.
With each step steadfast and unwavering, volunteers hope to continue on the Bodhisattva path and bring peace and harmony to every corner of the world.
To celebrate World Book Day and the 48th anniversary of Tzu Chi, study sessions were held at different Jingsi Books and Cafe across Taiwan. Later, we joined a study session in Kaohsiung where employees from several companies visited their local Jingsi Books and Cafe to absorb Master Zhen Yan's Dharma. And now we go to the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center in Taipei's Guandu, where staff members are using their lunch break to read up on the Dharma.
To better absorb Master Zhen Yan's Dharma, staff members at the Tzu Chi Humanitarian Center are using their lunch break to read a section of Jingsi publications.
I used to have a bad temper, but after reading these books, I have learned to control my temper. The books have taught me that being angry is not good for our body or mind.
To celebrate World Book Day, Jingsi Books and Cafe staff hope to encourage more people to read. Joining today's reading session is Hangzhou Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Jun, who is a big supporter of the Jingsi Books and Cafe back home.
Master Zhen Yan has helped us understand the Buddha Dharma. She always incorporates current events in her teachings. I've learned a lot from listening to her.
Also promoting the Dharma are kitchen volunteers who make delicious meals using Jingsi food products. The volunteers hope these meals can inspire more people to embrace a healthy lifestyle and go meatless.
Hawaiian pineapple fried rice is very easy to make. Everyone should give it a try. Through this dish, we not only can reduce our carbon footprint, but also inspire participants to go meatless.
While at the Tzu Chi Guanzhou Grants, Tzu Chi volunteers and members of the public have come together to celebrate the 48th anniversary of Tzu Chi and World Book Day by attending a study session.
We hope to encourage more people to read books. Through reading our Jingsi publications, readers can take the Dharma to heart and be closer to the Master.
To help participants gain a better understanding of Tzu Chi's history, a study session held at a Jingsi Books and Cafe in Nehu District discussed a book titled The Spiritual Home. This is Tzu Chi volunteer Zhuang Shouying, who, despite having to care for her granddaughter, insisted on attending the study group.
I haven't used the air conditioner for years. My children support my choices as well.
Thanks to the study group, participants go home full of the Dharma and with the determination to further incorporate the Buddha's teachings into their daily lives. Meanwhile, in Kaohsiung City, more than 100 employees from different companies gather at the local Jingsi Books and Cafe to learn to master Zhenyan's Dharma.
I think it is a great way for them to recharge their minds and spirit.
While in Tainan City, young volunteers from the city's Jingsi Books and Cafes hope to encourage more people to read. Young volunteers say reading has many benefits.
If more people can embrace Master Zhenyan's Dharma, we will have more good people.
These young volunteers have also been waking up early to watch the Wisdom at Dawn broadcast. In the days and weeks ahead, these young volunteers hope to encourage those around them to read more sections from the Jingsi publications and learn to better take the Dharma to heart.
To mark Tzu Chi's 48th anniversary here in Taiwan, medical staff of the Dalian and Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital took part in a pilgrimage to celebrate the occasion. With each step and each bow, medical staff pray for wisdom and a world free from disaster.
Hearts full of reflection, each step medical staff are reminded of their initial aspiration.
Apart from thinking about my patients, each time I took a step and bowed, I noticed that although I'm neatly dressed, I have the wrong shoes on. That reminded me of what the master said, and that is to be more mindful.
Medical staff of the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital in Xindian also organized a pilgrimage in which some 600 volunteers took part. Amid the chanting of the Buddha's name, each prayed with utmost sincerity.
Everyone is following in the master's footsteps. We are all moving in the same direction and striving diligently.
At the end of the pilgrimage, medical staff proceeded to attend the volunteers' morning session with Master Zhenyan via video conferencing. Apart from extending their blessings to the master through a short clip, staff also extended their blessings personally. Hospital staff and Tzu Chi volunteers vow to follow closely in the master's footsteps while safeguarding Tzu Chi's medical mission and the health of all patients.
Several Tzu Chi volunteers brought their filled bamboo coin banks back to the Jingsi abode in Hualien to celebrate the 48th birthday of Tzu Chi. Senior Tzu Chi volunteers also shared their affinity with Tzu Chi's bamboo coin bank campaign and encouraged youngsters to remember their initial motivation when they joined Tzu Chi.
Marking the 48th anniversary of Tzu Chi, Hualien's Tzu Chi commissioners returned to the Jingsi abode with filled bamboo coin banks. Among them is 92-year-old senior volunteer Su Ah-se, who still remembers why she joined Tzu Chi.
We are very fortunate that we can be a part of Tzu Chi's work. I hope every volunteer, young and old, can bear in mind the spirit of the Bamboo Coin Bank, which is the root of Tzu Chi's charity missions.
Bamboo coin banks also help purify evil thoughts. Han Huiju's bank shows crises of different bad behaviors, reminding her to repent her mistakes at all times.
If I am angry and mad at somebody, I need to put money in my bamboo bank. Now that I have changed all the bad behaviors, I put money whenever I pray to Buddha.
Each bamboo coin bank is embedded with the story of its owner. The sound of coins clashing and Mr. Zheng Yan's words will continue to resonate in people's mind for years or even decades to come.
Osteoarthritis is a common joint disease in the elderly. As the disease progresses, the joints become deformed. When all other treatments fail to relieve pain or improve function, the damaged joint is removed and replaced with an artificial joint. However, in Taiwan, Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital Dr. Lü Shaorui and his team have developed an arthroscopic surgery called arthroscopic cartilage regeneration facilitating procedure, which will help eradicate the cause and factors of knee osteoarthritis. Let's find out more.
In her 60s, Ms. Luo has been suffering from osteoarthritis for many years now. Medical professionals feel that when all other treatments fail to relieve pain or improve function, the knee joint damaged by osteoarthritis may be replaced with an artificial joint.
Mr. Zheng Yan said to me that she hopes patients won't have to resort to this treatment option when they visit an orthopedic surgeon. What she really meant is that she hopes we can come up with a better way.
Master Zheng Yan's encouragement motivated director Lü Shaorui to come up with another alternative to treat osteoarthritis. Years later, Lü had a breakthrough.
We have conducted many years of research on osteoarthritis, and according to our clinical observation, we discovered that medial abrasion syndrome is a major cause of knee osteoarthritis.
I want to tell Dr. Lu to take care of his health so he may benefit more patients. Many of those suffering from joint pain go to him. Many people are walking about again because of him.
An arthroscopic cartilage regeneration facilitating procedure will help eradicate the cause and factors of knee osteoarthritis, allowing patients to walk again pain-free.
Dumping unprocessed toxic industrial waste is illegal, but if the waste is reclassified as a tradable good, it can roam Taiwan freely. Of the 21 megatons of industrial waste produced in the country a year, 18 megatons become products. Where do these so-called products go, and how do they affect us? Here's our report.
In a steel refinery, decommissioned vehicles are piled up high.
Cars and motorcycles have paint and plastic parts. If you send them through an electric arc furnace to be refined, more heavy metals would be produced.
While salvaging steel from steel scrap, slag is produced, of which 30% is called reducing slag. It is a fine powder that is high in heavy metals and must be stored in an airtight container. The other 70% is known as oxidizing slag. It is low in toxicity and hard to the touch. Taiwan's EPA allows it to be left in the open. This byproduct of steel refining should be disposed of properly according to the Waste Disposal Act. However, reality is a whole different picture.
Here at the Wildlife Sanctuary by the Dadu River's outlet, we can see slag like this everywhere. Toxic waste like this can be distributed legally and avoid being listed.
Once industrial waste such as slag, bottom ash, cinder, and pet coke soot pass EPA's toxicity test, businesses can apply for permits from the Industrial Development Bureau to sell the industrial waste as goods.
The bottom ash of an incinerator is full of heavy metals, so we can apply magnetic separation to collect iron, copper, and aluminum. What's left, depending on its size, can become fillings for roadways in place of gravel and sand, or even made into gardening blocks and bricks.
When breaking large pieces of slag into smaller bits, basically its chemical property stays the same. So then why are the big pieces called industrial waste, while the smaller ones are classified as goods?
In 2002, Formosa Plastics Group's 6th naphtha cracking plant has reclassified its pet coke soot as goods.
Once, some business tried to pass off their waste as goods and said the cost is 5 NT per ton. However, those who buy will receive transportation reimbursement of 600 NT per ton. So was that really a legitimate business deal?
Suddenly, criminal acts are now protected by law. For more than a decade, these poisonous goods were sent all over Yunlin, Taichung, Changhua, and Tainan.
Little by little, the waste is reduced to nothing by burying it throughout Taiwan.
Instead of paying the dues to detoxify industrial waste, business opt for dumping for the sake of profit. Every year, Taiwan creates 21 megatons of industrial waste, of which 82% is reclassified as products. This means 18 megatons of poisonous slag and soot are probably dumped before being processed. The sheer volume of violations has worn out EPA's personnel. It was not until last year that the EPA stated FPG's pet coke soot is waste, not a tradable goods.
As industrial waste continues to spread to every corner of Taiwan, I think we have seriously underestimated the effects of some of the toxins, such as dioxin.
As businesses continue to pursue profit, they leave behind pollution and destruction for not just us to bear, but our future generations as well.
In celebration of Earth Day, Tzu Chi volunteers on the offshore island of Penghu decided to lead students from National Penghu Marine and Fishery Vocational High School on a beach cleanup. In just a few hours, they filled 3 garbage trucks with the trash they collected from Ho Wan Bay.
Penghu's Ho Wan is known for its beautiful coastline and its 1.4-kilometer long sand beach. Every spring during low tides, seaweed occupies the intertidal zone, creating a picturesque image only capable of Mother Nature. However, due to ocean currents and seasonal northeastern winds, many unwelcome guests also show up at the beach. They are garbage in the form of driftwood, discarded nets, and PET bottles.
We are gonna go clean up a beach. We are going on a treasure hunt.
Thus, local Tzu Chi volunteers lead students from National Penghu Marine and Fishery Vocational High School to help remove these unsightly guests.
There's plenty of styrofoam because fishermen use them as markers out on the open sea.
Here's one more bag. Yes, we filled one up pretty quickly. Inside is styrofoam, PET bottles, tin, and many other things that simply won't decompose on their own.
All garbage is properly sorted to salvage reusable resources. With over 100 people working together, bag after bag is quickly packed and loaded. The students put their strength to use by carrying the bags, while volunteers help by sorting out any recyclables inside. The local EPA office also helped by dispatching 3 garbage trucks to pick up the collected garbage. Thanks to these efforts, at the end of the day, the bay's beauty has been successfully restored.
In Taiwan's New Taipei City, Banqiao Tzu Chi volunteers took to sweeping the streets around the Banqiao Tzu Chi grounds. Besides raising environmental awareness, it had also become a time to meet neighbors as well.
Early in the morning, Banqiao Tzu Chi volunteers are spirited to get to know their neighbors by sweeping the street.
Please watch out for cars near the intersection.
Taking care in street cleaning, volunteers do their part in giving back to society. Even those who are not used to being friendly to strangers opened up their hearts.
When we walk along the streets, the store owners will greet us and give their thanks.
My granddaughter always says positive phrases at home. Our actions influence her, and now she comes along with us to do Tzu Chi.
The volunteers' efforts to clean up the streets around the Tzu Chi Banqiao grounds warms the hearts of all those they encounter.
Following the 2010 Haiti earthquake, Tzu Chi volunteers found their way into local communities and helped quake survivors get back on their feet. Recently, the First Lady of Haiti, Sophia Martelli, visited Taiwan and went to the Tzu Chi Nehu Recycling and Education Center to gain a better understanding of Tzu Chi's environmental mission and its charity work across the globe.
Watching Tzu Ji's relief work footage and perusing Tzu Ji's instant rice and reusable bowls, First Lady of Haiti, Sophia Martelli, is here at the Tzu Ji Nehu Recycling and Education Center to learn. Later, volunteers explain how recyclables are processed and introduce clothing made from PET bottles.
Well, I'm very honored to be here, number one, and I'm very grateful for the help that the foundation has been doing in my country, in Haiti. And I'm very impressed and amazed by what they're doing and the love they put into the work that they do. Because I really believe, just like them, that it is with compassion and love that people can make the world a better place.
Upon seeing Tzu Ji's baby products, Ms. Martelli is excited and picks some for her granddaughter. As an eager supporter for charity work back home, the First Lady has learned a lot from the NGO in Taiwan through this trip.
I hope she can learn Tzu Ji's great love here and pass it on, as Master Zheng Yan teaches us that we need to believe, vow, and practice.
就像上人所说的，信愿还要行，行就是要实践。
At the end of the trip, the First Lady has gained a better understanding of Tzu Ji's humanistic values and recycling practice.
70-year-old Grandma Sun lives in Taiwan's Changhua and still collects recyclables from the streets to support her family. Her son suffers from mental health problems while her husband is too old to work. Despite living in hardship, Grandma Sun remains strong and optimistic. Recognizing her dedication to her family, Taiwan Fund for Children and Families awarded Grandma Sun Ziqiang Mother of the Year.
In the afternoon, Grandma Shun comes back home with bags of recyclables on her bicycle. The mountains of recyclables in front of her house are the result of her hard labor, as she makes a living by collecting recyclables on streets to support her family.
What else can I do? If I didn't collect these recyclables, my family won't have anything to eat.
Grandma Shun said her husband is too old to work and her 41-year-old son suffers from mental health problems as a result of a head injury when young. In addition, her second-gradest grandson suffers from a speech impairment too.
These were given by others.
Inside the kitchen, Grandma Shun shows us what they eat: instant noodles and canned food. Unable to find a regular job, Grandma Shun's son works odd job in a nearby factory.
洗衫煮饭顾囡仔，安尼。
拢谁咧做？
拢妈妈咧做，
你感觉妈妈辛苦无？
会啊。
When we encounter problems, we have to deal with them. I will do my best to look after them until the day I am gone.
Although living a life of difficulties, Grandma Shun still remains strong and optimistic.
Grandma Sun always holds a positive outlook on life. She is really great.
To commend Grandma Shun's selfless love and dedication, Taiwan Fund for Children and Families awarded her Ziqiang Mother of the Year, hoping to give her even more strength to carry on.
The Taiwan Excellence Award is handed out every year to companies in Taiwan for their MIT products that outshine others in research and development, design, quality, and marketing. This year, several of DaAi Technology's products received this high accolade in the fashion, life, and cultural creative goods category. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.